He told me softly. My ex will always be in my life. I chose silence. My name is Eleanor Price. I'm 35. And I didn't realize my marriage was slipping away in the way most people do. Not with shouting, slammed doors, or ultimatums. It arrived quietly, almost unnoticed, in a single sentence spoken so calmly it felt like a fact, not a betrayal. My ex is part of my life. That's not changing. I didn't argue. I didn't beg for reassurance. I didn't even try to rationalize it. I just nodded. Not because I agreed, but because something deep inside me finally understood. I've been married to Michael for 6 years. 6 years of routines that looked steady from the outside. Shared calendars, dinner at predictable times, quiet evenings that felt earned after long days at work. I was the one who remembered birthdays, adjusted dinner plans for late meetings, asked how his day had been even when mine was exhausting. I never kept score. I thought that was love. 4 months ago, Michael mentioned Rachel. His college ex had moved back to the city. She reached out, he said, scrolling on his phone. We're grabbing coffee. I didn't hesitate. Sure, I said. Long before I met him, their relationship had ended. Distance, timing, life over. The past felt settled. But coffee became lunch. Lunch became dinner. Dinner became weekends. Always with an explanation that sounded reasonable when taken alone. She's adjusting to the city. She doesn't know anyone yet. She needs a friend. I trusted him. I still do in a way. Nothing physical happened, but emotional lines blurred. So gradually that I didn't even notice until I was already outside them. Last Tuesday he came home after 9. Dinner had been planned. Simple, just the two of us. I'd eaten alone hours ago. He sat beside me on the couch like nothing was wrong. We need to talk, he said. I met his eyes. Okay, I said. You've been distant. Cold. I can feel it, he continued. I've been giving you space, I replied. You've been busy with my friend, he corrected. I chose not to use her name. Small, petty maybe, but also self-preservation. I don't like this version of you. I don't like being second, he said, crossing his arms. You're calling me insecure. I'm being honest, I said. Then came the line that broke something in me. Rachel is part of my life. That's not changing. You need to accept that. Not the canceled dinners. Not the unexplained absences. Not the soft dismissals. It was the certainty in his voice, the expectation that I would adjust to a choice I hadn't been part of. I looked at him long and steady. Noted, I said. What does that mean? It means I heard you. And I'm adjusting my expectations accordingly, I replied. He stood frustrated. Don't be like this. Like what? I asked. Cold. I'm just matching the temperature. He grabbed his keys. I need air. Say hi to her for me, I said softly. He didn't. That night, I stopped doing something I'd done without thought for years. I stopped checking in. I stopped rearranging my life around his. I stopped carving space for someone who had already decided where I belonged. He didn't notice immediately. But when he did, everything shifted. Wednesday morning, I woke at 6. The apartment was quiet. Michael wasn't in bed. He'd slept on the couch, facing away, phone still plugged in beside him. I didn't wake him. I didn't leave a note. I didn't perform any of the small rituals that had once stitched our days together. I showered, dressed, left. For 6 years, my mornings had automatically included him. Drive safe. Good luck with your meeting. Text me when you get there. Those messages had always felt trivial. They weren't. They were my presence, my tether to him. That day I sent nothing. I went to work, sat through meetings, answered emails, ate lunch at my desk. I existed in my own orbit instead of revolving around his. Around noon my phone buzzed. Michael. You didn't say good morning. I saw it. I didn't reply. 3. Another message. Are you okay? I waited until 6. Me, I'm fine. 3 dots blinked, disappeared, blinked again. Michael, you're being weird. Me. I'm being consistent with your priorities. Michael. What does that mean? Me. You said your ex is part of your life and that's not changing. I'm adjusting my behavior accordingly. Michael, so you're ignoring me now. Me. I'm not making you my priority when I'm clearly not yours. He called. I let it ring. Called again. Declined. By 7 I returned home. The kitchen lights glowed. Dinner was on the table. 1 plate. You didn't make enough for 2, I said, setting down my bag. You didn't tell me when you'd be home. I've come home at 7 for 6 years. My schedule hasn't changed. He sighed, frustrated. Are you going to eat? I'll make something later. Stop being difficult. I'm not being difficult, I said evenly. I'm being independent. He stared. This isn't what I meant by wanting you to be mature about this. What did you mean? I wanted you to support me having friends. I do. I don't support being deprioritized. He sat, fork clattering against the plate. She's important to me. So was I said. Past tense apparently. He didn't answer. That silence spoke louder than anything he could. Thursday I didn't text. After work I went to the gym. Stayed longer than usual. Felt my body reclaim space my mind had surrendered months ago. Later I met a coworker for dinner, Daniel. 3 years of working together, no secrets, no drama, just conversation. At 6 I texted Michael. Having dinner with a friend, home late. His reply came instantly. Michael, who? Me, a friend. Michael, I'd like to know who. Me, someone from work. Michael, is it a man? I smiled at the screen. Me, does it matter? Several minutes of silence. Then Michael. This feels intentional. Me, this feels proportional. I got home at 10. He was waiting. Who were you with? I told you. Michael. A man or a woman? Me, a man. We talked about work. Michael, you've never mentioned him before. Me, you've been busy. Michael, I don't like this. Now you know how I felt for 4 months. Me, that's not the same thing, is it? He didn't answer. And for the first time since Rachel returned, I wasn't searching for clarity. I already had it. By Friday morning, Michael tried a different approach. A note lay on the kitchen counter, propped neatly against the coffee machine like a peace offering. I saw the message on the counter. I'm sorry I hurt you. Can we talk tonight? I read it once, then left it where it was. At noon my phone buzzed. Michael, did you see my note? Me, I did. Michael, can we talk tonight? I stared at the screen longer than necessary before typing. Me, I have plans. 3 dots appeared immediately. Michael, what plans? Me, gym after work, dinner out, home around 9. Michael, you're avoiding me. Me. I'm living my life the way you've been living yours. I did exactly what I said I would. Worked out longer than usual. Took my time with dinner. Didn't rush back into a conversation that only existed because he suddenly felt uncomfortable. When I got home, he was on the couch. Red-rimmed eyes, slouched posture. You said 9, he said. Around 9, I replied, setting down my keys. You used to always be exact. Used to, I said quietly. I hate this, he muttered. Me too, I answered. I've hated it for months. Can we please talk? Really talk. I sat across from him, arms folded. Talk. I'm sorry for making you feel second, he began. I didn't realize how much time I was spending with her. I was selfish. I waited. That's it. I asked. What else do you want me to say? I want you to tell me what you actually did wrong. He opened his mouth, closed it. I didn't prioritize you. I dismissed your feelings. Close, but that's not the core, I said. Then what is? You chose her over me, I said. And when I told you it hurt, you made it about my insecurity instead of your choices. You told me I was imagining the problem. That's gaslighting. He rubbed his face. I forgot about dinner that night. That wasn't intentional. That's the point, I said. You forgot about me. Then he cried quietly, finally letting the realization land. What do I do to fix this? He asked. I don't know if you can, I said honestly. His head snapped up. So that's it. I didn't say that, I replied. I said I don't know if you can fix what you broke. The weekend was tense. Coexisting, speaking only in logistics, avoiding anything vulnerable. Sunday night he snapped. You're punishing me. I'm protecting myself, I said. From what? From investing in someone who doesn't invest back. Now that I've pulled away, that's not effort, I said. That's panic. Monday he woke early. Made breakfast for 2. I made breakfast, he said softly. I see that. Will you sit with me? Why? Because I'm trying. You're trying to get back what you had. I'm trying to show you what you lost. What's the difference? You want normal back. I don't. Normal hurt me. That night, he told me he'd told Rachel we needed space. I need to prioritize my marriage, he said. Okay, I replied. That's it. You did what you should have done months ago. This doesn't fix everything. How do I prove I choose you? Time consistency, I said. Not just when you're scared. Something shifted. Weeks after cutting contact, the constant buzz of his phone slowed. He stopped disappearing into other rooms to text. When her name came up, it was brief, deliberate, clinical. She checked in. I told her I need space, he said one evening, holding out his phone. I nodded. Okay. Just acknowledgement, not approval, not rejection. He tried harder than I'd seen in years. Dinners, date nights, asking about my day, staying present. But inside me, I was no longer leaning forward. I was watching. You're still distant, he said one night, lying beside me. I'm observing, I said. Observing what? Whether this is who you are? Or who you're being because you're afraid of losing me. That's not fair. You lost the benefit of the doubt, I said gently. A month later, we began couples counseling. The therapist asked why I pulled away instead of fighting harder. I'd been fighting alone for months. Pulling away wasn't giving up. It was conserving energy. She asked Michael why he hadn't seen it sooner. I thought she was secure. I thought she could handle it. Security doesn't mean tolerating neglect. Asking someone to accept less isn't the same as asking them to be secure. 3 months since the night he said his ex was part of his life. He hasn't seen her. Shows me messages proactively. Tries to rebuild trust one small action at a time. He asked if I forgave him. I'm working on it. If I still loved him. I loved who you were. I'm getting to know who you are now. Harsh, he said. Honest, I replied. That night, he noticed something missing. The automatic presence. The quiet labor of love I had given without thought. I stopped centering him. My absence spoke louder than any fight ever could. He's trying to earn it back. Time will tell. I learned something vital. You can't make someone value you. You can only stop devaluing yourself. And sometimes the most powerful response to being deprioritized isn't anger. It's absence.